Hi there, Katrina Ely here with Empowered to Launch. And today we are talking about the 5 things that you need to have in place before you ditch the 9 to 5. And this is our day 1 where we are going to be talking about a clear, strong reason for ditching your 9 to 5 and not just out of lack or because you hate your job. So we're going to really dig deep and figure out why you want to start this business before you go and take that big plunge. Hey there, how are you? Hi, Emily. Before you go and take that big plunge and ditch your 9 to 5 for good. So one of the reasons that I became an entrepreneur was because I wanted to be home with my daughter. Hey there, Lindsay, how are you? I wanted to be able to be home with my daughter and have that flexibility while she was in school to be able to go to her school when she needed me and to be home after school with her. So today I wanted to introduce you to my reason why, since we were talking about this topic. So this is my beautiful daughter, Layla.
Hi.
She's 14. She's in high school this year. And I just wanted to bring her on and so she can give you her point of view of what it's been like having a mom that's an entrepreneur. So would you mind telling us about that?
Having a mom that's an entrepreneur is very inspiring for me. She's always been there to push me towards my goals as she's pushed herself to her own goals, which I think has helped me a lot in with my grades and how I do in school and what I do after school for clubs, such as I'm on the robotics team. She's always pushed me to do what I love and do what makes me happy as a person.
Yay. Thank you, Lindsay. Don't we look alike? So seeing me and all the hard work that I put in, the long hours and the work, what has inspired you? Does it inspire you to maybe get out there and push yourself a little harder?
Yes, it definitely does inspire me to push myself a lot harder. I joined the robotics team because I wanted to take that step further. I wanted to start in the engineering world because I want to be a doctor when I'm older. And it definitely inspires me to push myself. Like, I have midterms coming up, and it's been a hectic week trying to do all the packets I have to do. And my mom has always been there to help push me to make sure I could do the best I can do.
Aw, thank you so much. Thank you for visiting. You want to say bye to everybody?
Bye, guys.
Thank you so much. So I wanted to dive in just a little bit deeper on finding your passion before you ditch the 9 to 5, because a lot of times people will just run out of their jobs because, I hate this job, or they're feeling like they need more money, or they're in this desperation for money. So they just go and I'm going to launch this business because I think I can make a lot of money doing it. But the problem with that attitude is that you quickly get burnt out when you're doing things that you don't necessarily have a passion for. And I can tell you guys from experience, I had launched this t-shirt business because I've been seeing all these cool ads about people making all this money launching a screen printing business. But when it all came down to it, the work involved in the screen printing was way beyond my desires. It was way more than I ever had a passion to do or wanted to do. And I quickly burnt out. I was overwhelmed by, all the things that had to be done with it. So I lost a lot of money in that. And luckily I was able to get out of it fairly easily. But it was a tough lesson to learn that when you're just chasing money, you end up like you don't have a passion for it. You get burnt out, and eventually you end up wasting a lot of time and a lot of your money. So that's one thing, that before you ditch the 9 to 5, discover what your passion is and what you love. And if you don't know what that is, I got a couple quick tips I can give you. The one way to discover your passion is, think about what people ask you to do most. Like, what do people always coming to you and asking for your help with? Whether it's help with, I don't know, if you're, computers well, maybe they need help on the computer. Maybe they need help with, some kind of crafting skill that you have, or just all different types of things. Maybe you're good at Excel and making spreadsheets and tracking numbers and things like that. What are the things that people ask you about? That's one way to discover what your true passion is. 2 is, what do you have fun doing? So out of those things that people ask you about and they keep coming to you, What are those things you really enjoy doing? So when somebody says, hey, can you help me with this? You're actually excited about it. And it's not one of those things where you're like, oh God, I don't want to do this again. Because then it's probably not your passion. So go after things that you're truly, truly passionate about and that you consider fun. And then you figure out how to make the money doing it. Because when you find out what you love doing, the work is just nothing. Like you find yourself, like when you're eating, you're studying how to get better at that. You're studying how to improve your skills. When you're sleeping, you're dreaming about ways to improve. You're dreaming about, where you're going to take this business. It's just something that you can't get away from. And that's how you know that that is your true passion and that's what you should be doing. And then once you discover what your passion is, think about how you can truly help people. So if this is your passion, for instance, my passion really is helping people and encouraging other women to launch their dream business. And the reason why I got into this is because I was in this place of stuck in wanting more for my life, wanting to do more. I felt like I followed all the rules that I was told, go to school, get this corporate gig, and that was it. I was waiting for this big ta-da, and there wasn't. That was it. I was just going to work every day, paying bills, and then I'm like asking myself, is this really what life is about? So I needed more. So I started looking for my passion. And these are just some of the steps that I took to discover what I was into and what I love doing. And through that journey, I discovered that I really love just encouraging and motivating the women around me. I wanted to share my story with all the women because I didn't want them feeling stuck or that they had to stay in a place just because that's the road that was laid out for us. That's what people told us we were supposed to be doing with our time. So for me, that's how I discovered my passion. But these are tricks that you can use to help discover what yours is. And really don't try to be realistic because it can be anything. You guys have heard me talk about this before, but there is a guy here in New Hampshire who started a business selling snow. It's so freaking crazy to me. I'm just like, if somebody came up to me and said they wanted to start that business, I'd be like, that's stupid. Don't waste your time. However, he made a lot of money doing that. So I totally ate my words because it's a viable business. There are people who live in places who have never seen or touched snow who are willing to pay for those things. And he had a passion and a desire to really get that into someone's hand. And he made a really great living doing it. So don't think about what's realistic or what other people tell you that you can do. Discover what your passion is, and then you'll figure out how to make the money. And there's a couple of things that you can also do when you're discovering, is it something that people would pay for? One thing is start by asking the people around you. Hey, you always come to me asking me for my help with this. Would that be something, if I was to start a business, would you pay somebody to help with this? Would this be something that you would be interested in? You can also do a survey. There's different tools that you can use to create free surveys online to send out to people. Just ask them, hey, just looking for some feedback. I have this idea that I want to start, and I'm wondering if it's something that people would be willing to pay for. And then you can get that idea and understanding of, can I actually make money doing this? And maybe you might need to make some tweaks to it. Maybe people will give you ideas and feedback saying, well, no, I wouldn't be willing to buy snow, but maybe I'd be willing to buy some type of amazing sculpture or, or whatever it might be. So ask them for this survey because then you can get feedback to help you improve your idea. So those are the things that we need to have in place. Like before you go running out of that 9-to-5 saying, oh, I hate my boss. I'm over this life. I want to kick back on the beach and make all this money because, that's the dream that us entrepreneurs sell is that, you could do it from anywhere and you truly can. However, it's work. And it does take a lot of work and you will get overwhelmed. So it's really important to know your reason why, which I just introduced you to, my beautiful daughter, and to do something that you really have a passion for, because that way you won't waste your time getting burnt out and spending a lot of money that you probably don't have trying to launch a business just because you think it's going to make you rich quick. So those are just a few things that I wanted to share with you today. Tomorrow, we are going to be digging deep into figuring out steps that we can take to see about the business viability and how we could really grow this and scale it into a profitable business. So stay tuned for that. Come back tomorrow. 3 p.m. same time, 3 p.m. Eastern time, and we will be discussing just a little bit deeper on steps that we can take to discover if we have a viable business plan and how we can scale that business. So I truly hope to see you guys there. I hope that you learned something today and that will help you and you got a little bit of encouragement to go and launch your dream business. I also want to mention that I do have this incredible startup bundle kit that I designed specifically for new entrepreneurs who are stuck in this world, who are feeling like they need just something else. They're not using their passion. They're not using their God-given skills to get to that next level. So I created this business startup kit to give you the step-by-steps of everything that you need to get your business started on a path to success. So it includes my 7 simple but essential steps to launching your business guide. I included 101 tips for being productive. And there's also a checklist in there that you can go over to make sure that you have everything in place before you ditch that 9 to 5. So you don't want to miss this. I will put the link in the comments so you can grab a copy. And then remember, return here tomorrow at 3 p.m. so we can talk further about your business idea. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Have an amazing evening, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.